The name of our group is the TaxRx group, and it's no coincidence there. The RX stands for prescription. So we believe that there is such a thing as a powerful active tax strategy, or a prescription for how we can help each one of our clients save the taxes that they should be able to save.
Practitioners should work with us because we care deeply about the field. Because of that, it allows us to be different than anyone else that's in this industry, because we're only focused on the specific activities that would qualify for things like the R&D credit or for the employee retention credit, because we understand the ins and outs of their practices. As for accountants and CPAs, the reason they should work with us is because they need somewhere to put their clients where they can trust that they're putting their clients in the best position possible, where they know that there's someone who's partnering with them to ensure that their clients have the best experience while identifying the different specialty tax credits that they qualify for.
So the R&D tax credit was the genesis. It's the first thing on our prescription that we evaluate, but it's not the end. We bring in a very specific legal analysis, very specific scientific analysis, and we're able to utilize this for tax credits like the employee retention credit, where it's important to understand what were the laws that impacted you during COVID restrictions. Another example is cost segregation. As soon as you start to talk about healthcare modifications to a building, build out specific to orthodontist or surgical centers, then that modifies your cost segregation and the benefits that you can take.
We would love to get on a 20-minute intro phone call with you and talk about your practice, get to know you, and find out how you qualify for this credit. At the end of our call, we'll be able to give you a conservative estimate for the credit. Once you sign on with us, we do all the heavy lifting. We'll request documents, W-2s, and tax returns, all while working hand in hand with your CPA as well.
Once we complete both our fact-finding and our internal analysis, it usually takes us between 4 to 6 weeks to turn around a complete study. And when I'm saying complete, I mean a complete study. Nobody goes into as much depth as we do. We usually generate hundreds of pages of documentation that comes from us, not from you. We'll handle that. We also create summary reports for both you and to be attached to your tax return.
We have a great team of staff, experts who will take your credit all along the way and be able to prepare your numbers for a good, strong, active tax strategy.
You know, if you go through this and you think, well, how beneficial is this tax credit for me? And of course, the answer, as it is to all legal questions, is it depends. There are going to be a number of variables that impact the value of this credit at the end of the day. What we typically find, though, is that R&D tax credits, based on the size of the practice, can span anywhere from $5,000 to $205,000.
One of the things we pride ourselves on at TaxRx Group is the fact that we stand behind all the work that we do. So if a taxpayer ever receives any notifications, any letters from the Internal Revenue Service, we step in immediately at no additional cost to the taxpayer to defend those matters all the way through resolution.
Not everyone is going to qualify for this. You have to actively invest in improving your care, evaluating different products, looking at new equipment, purchasing new equipment. If those things don't describe what you're doing in your practice, this may not be a great fit for you. But if you're that doctor who's innovative, who is bringing in new equipment, who's modifying their techniques, who goes to these CE classes and brings something back to their practice on a regular basis, if you're that doctor who your staff is always annoyed because you keep changing things and you keep adding something new, this is probably a great fit for you.